You can spend hours online looking at property in Panama and fall in love with homes that don't even exist anymore. If you're even thinking about buying property in Panama, there are a few things that are going to surprise you. Not because the system is broken, but because Panama's system works completely differently than what you're used to. And if you don't understand these differences, you can make some very expensive mistakes. Welcome to the Panama Podcast, from dreaming to doing. I'm your host, Melissa Darnay. If you want insider tips on living, investing, and having a blast in Panama, go to choosepanama.com and snag your free copy of Panama Uncorked. Let's start with the idea that ties everything together. Panama real estate is not complicated. It's just different. And once you understand how it's different, everything starts to make sense. Number 10, Panama doesn't have a true MLS. There's something that confuses almost every buyer at the beginning. Panama doesn't have a true MLS. There's no centralized system where all listings are updated in real time. Instead, brokers advertise each other's listings, and then they don't always take them down when the property's been sold. You could be scrolling through properties online that have already sold months ago or even years ago. And that's why working with the right broker matters, because what you see online is not always what's really available. This is where we come in. At Choose Panama, we're not just sending you listings. We're filtering what's real, what's available, and what actually fits your goals, so you're not wasting time chasing properties that are already gone. Number 9, the contract is shorter than you expect. In Panama, most promise to purchase contracts are only about 8 to 10 pages. But here's the twist. That's usually split between English and Spanish. So what looks like a short contract is actually even shorter than you think. Typically only about 4 to 5 pages that outlines the parties to the contract, the property, the sales price and payment terms, a few legal paragraphs, and then the all-important signatures. While it feels simple compared to North America, don't let that fool you. It's still a legally binding document. However, there really shouldn't be any gotchas, as everything is very straightforward. Number 8, lawyers run the transaction. In Panama, lawyers, not title companies, handle the entire transaction. They draft the contract, coordinate the process, and guide everything to closing. This is a big shift for most buyers. So choosing the right attorney isn't just important, it's critical. Throughout my 14 years in Panama, I've used a lot of different attorneys, and I know who the good ones are. If you'd like a recommendation, we're happy to help. If you want access to what's actually available in Panama, not just what's floating around online, you don't want to miss the opportunities most buyers never even see. Go ahead and hit subscribe. It's 100% free and the easiest way to get insider information. Number 7, closings take longer than you expect. In Panama, the contract is shorter and simpler, but the closing process is longer. 3 to 5 months is completely normal. Between the beginning of November, when Panama celebrates its patriotic holidays, to the end of Easter, there are a lot of holidays. If you start a transaction during this time, you could definitely be on the longer side of that time frame. Most of the time needed for closing is spent behind the scenes, going back and forth between attorneys, ensuring the taxes are paid, double checking to make sure there aren't any liens or problems with the property, and securing the good standing certificates. Don't think of it as slow, it's just procedural. Number 6, the down payment is typically 10% and it's non-refundable. When you sign a promise to purchase contract in Panama, you're usually putting down about 10%, although it could be more depending on the negotiation. And here's what surprises people. The down payment is typically non-refundable. This is the moment when the deal becomes real, so you want to be fully confident before you sign. Number 5, everything hinges on the public registry. Ownership in Panama is not about who has the keys. It's about what's recorded in the public registry. That's the moment the property officially changes hands. Until it's registered, it's not yours, no matter what's been signed. But here's the beauty of Panama. Once it is registered, once it's yours, it's really yours. Clear title, strong property rights, no hidden layers, no offshore trust requirements like in some other countries. There's a simplicity and security to that a lot of buyers come to really appreciate. Number 4, this is not a plug-and-play market. Panama is not a market where you can just jump online, click a few buttons, and be done. It requires guidance because the risks aren't always obvious and the opportunities aren't always visible. If you're thinking about buying property in Panama and you want to do it the right way, go to choosepanama.com/contact and schedule a free 30-minute call with our team. Because the goal isn't just to buy property, it's to do it with clarity, confidence, and a strategy. Number 3, foreigners have the same property rights as locals. One of the biggest advantages of owning property in Panama is that you have the same property rights as a local citizen. Unlike places like Mexico, there are no coastal restrictions, no bank trusts. You can own property in your own name with full title rights. Simple, secure, straightforward. Number 2, you can own in your personal name or in a corporation. When investing in Panama real estate, how you title the property is where strategy comes in. You can buy property personally in your own name, or you can hold it in a corporation or foundation. Each option has benefits depending on your goals: privacy, estate planning, liability. This is where having the right team really matters. Number 1, the best deals are not always public. Here's something most buyers don't realize. Some of the best opportunities in Panama never hit the open market. They're shared quietly through relationships, brokers, and networks. So if you're only searching online, you're probably missing the best options. This goes back to something we talked about earlier in today's podcast. Without a true MLS, access to the right opportunities often come down to who you're working with. Because in Panama, access isn't just about searching, it's about being connected. Panama real estate is not complicated, it's just different. And this is the big takeaway. The contracts are shorter, the closings are longer, the systems are different. But once you understand how it works, it becomes one of the most accessible and opportunity-rich real estate markets in the world. Do you have a burning question about Panama? Make sure and let us know in the comments below. Thanks for joining us. See you in Panama.